Life is always going to come down to that. Whether it takes us a few minutes or a few months or years, the question always remains before us. What will you do now in response to the circumstances? Because it seems to me we have to look closely at what we have more or less control over. Can we control the thoughts that arise in our mind and change those? Let me ask you, how many of you have ever read a book about positive thinking, the power of positive psychology, positive thinking, positive mental attitude? Okay, I see quite a few hands. Now, how many of you have only had positive thoughts after reading those books for, say, the last couple of weeks? Anybody? That's interesting, isn't it? And we believe, of course, but if I'd read the book twice, if I'd highlighted it and done all the exercises, maybe I too would be having more positive thoughts. Well, maybe so. But as far as I've looked, we don't have any direct control over what thoughts arise in our awareness. We don't have a spam filter in our heads. A lot of junk mail comes through. And that's just perfectly natural. It's part of life. Sometimes my thoughts are positive, sometimes they're negative. I'm at peace with my mind now because I recognize that. I'm no longer worried about it. If you want to become obsessed about something, I'll tell you how to do it. Just try really hard not to think a given thought all day. How about our emotions? Can we control our emotions? If we could just will ourselves to feel differently from the way we feel in any given moment, then my seminars and talks would be very short. I would just say, hi, my name is Dan. I recommend you feel happy the rest of your life. Somebody came up to me after a seminar or a talk, workshop I gave and said, Dan, I don't know, I have to tell you, I feel so inspired. I said, don't worry, it will pass. Because it's true, isn't it? Inspiration comes and goes. Motivation rises and falls. The question remains, what will we do? What will we do? Now, I'd like to share a bit of a secret with you that how do we turn what we know into what we actually do? Isn't this the major challenge of our lives? Let me give you a very specific example. Because we all know, for example, raise your hand if you know, if you're aware that it's good to do regular, moderate exercise almost every day. Please. Just raising your hand will help the blood circulate in your body, so I recommend it. All right, so everyone knows it. I think I see somebody in the back who is going, maybe not, maybe not. We all know this, but now let me ask you again. Please raise your hand if you do regular, moderate exercise almost every day. All right, I see quite a few hands go up, but there were fewer hands that time. So some of you know it's good for you, but for, I'm sure, very good reasons, your schedule and so on, you haven't found a time or made time to actually work that into your life. So this is my little secret to give you. When you get up tomorrow morning, just get up, go about your morning, and then do one jumping jack. And then go about your day. And the next day, do another jumping jack, just one jumping jack. And the day after that, do one jumping jack. At the end of 30 days, if somebody comes up to you and says, by the way, do you have a regular exercise routine? Yes. Now, we find that amusing, and it is kind of funny, but of course, you're more sophisticated than that. You're going, come on, Dan, that's not going to give me my aerobic points or change my metabolic set point or give me a training effect. But it's significant. I'll tell you why. First, you made a resolution you stuck with. You have set aside a time every day for your exercise routine. The second month, you might do 2 jumping jacks, double your workout. Yes. You might put on some music and just move your body, every joint. You might, the hardest part about exercise is getting the clothing on. You might walk halfway around the block, breathing deeply. You might even learn the peaceful warrior workout, which I've done every day for 27 and a half years. Every day. It's a 4-minute routine. And it's based on a principle that goes along with what I've been sharing. A little of something is better than a lot of, yes, So in other words, it's fine to dream big, but start small and then connect the dots. Life can feel overwhelming when we're thinking about the past and future. You know, a writer named Barbara Rasp said, "The lesson is simple, the student is complicated." By focusing less, actually, on trying to have just the right thoughts and positive thoughts and quiet mind and just the right feelings, if we focus on what we have more control over, how we move our arms and legs, what we actually do moment to moment, it simplifies our life. Do you ever wake up in the morning thinking, I have 26 things I have to do today? But actually, there's only one thing you need to do. Open your eyes when you first wake up, and then sit up, unless you sleep sitting up. And then put your feet on the floor. One thing at a time. My life is very busy. I'm sure yours is very busy too. But my life has become very simple when I've finally realized I can only do one thing at a time. A young man, a college student, actually came up to me once and said, "Dan, I know you charge a lot of money for personal consultations, but I'm a poor college student. I just have $1. Can you tell me something for $1?" I said, "Sure." And I told him 6 words that could change his life if he actually practiced it. Those 6 words were simply here and now, breathe and relax. Just remembering to do those things more often. Remembering where we are, right here, right now. The moment of reality, it's the only one. Mark Twain once said, "I've had many troubles in my life, most of which never happened." Yeah, we laugh because there's some truth there. A light bulb goes on. Most of our troubles are self-created, about past and future, regrets, anxieties. But right now, we can handle this moment. Life comes at us in waves of change. We cannot predict or control those waves, but we can become better surfers. So in closing, I'd recommend to us all, that we practice surfing, learn to surf the waves of change here and now, each moment. We can always handle this moment, and the quality of our moments become the quality of our lives. Thank you very much. Thank you.